Coming up on Giants Now by Chat Sports, I'm going to go through 5 ways Daniel Jones can avoid being cut after the season and what he has to do to keep his job as the franchise quarterback for the New York Giants. But before I give my reasons, I want to hear from you in the comments section. What does Daniel Jones need to do to avoid being cut by the New York Giants after this season? The Giants save about $20-ish million if they cut him. What do they have to do? What does Daniel Jones have to do to avoid being cut? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. We're talking Daniel Jones and his future with this football team on today's show. It's been a large talking point of what does Daniel Jones need to do this season as he enters on the hot seat, because his 2025 cap hit would be $41.6 million. That's a lot of money for a quarterback that I would say has not elevated a franchise. The Giants could cut $19.3 million. They could save that if he's cut. And I think we saw throughout Hard Knocks that the Giants have their questions about Daniel Jones, and they've also showed interest in moving on from him by potentially trading up in the NFL draft. So let's talk about 5 things Daniel Jones can do to avoid being cut. And these may be easy things to understand, but it's just the world we're living in. Daniel Jones has got to stay healthy. Like, if he does not play every single game this year, if he is hurt, if he has to miss a game, if he gets COVID, I don't care. If he has to miss a game, he cannot come back to this team. Because all he's done throughout his career outside of one season is show that he's going to miss time. Played 6 games in 2023. Played 11 games in 2021. Played in 14 games in 2020. One time in the last 4 years has he played more than 16 games. He's always hurt. He's always hurt. And if he's hurt, they got to move on. The Giants have to move on from Daniel Jones if he has another injury that causes him to miss time this season. Like, I don't care what the injury is. I don't care why he has to miss time. I'm not saying I want him to get hurt. I'm not saying any of that. My simple stance is you cannot afford to miss games. Because if you miss games, you're going to continue to tell people you're injury prone. And the Giants cannot continue to employ a quarterback and pay them $41.6 million if they can't play every single game. Number 2, how about we win some football games? How about we stack some of these? How about we get some dubs? Everyone just drop some W's in the chat. We all want to see wins this year. And if Daniel Jones does not win football games, he won't be winning them for the Giants in 2025 because he will not be the quarterback on this team. And it's going to be tough because this team's not all that great. Let's just keep it 100. This team's not all that great. They're ranked the worst team in the NFL by ESPN. They're ranked the 2nd worst team in the NFL by Pro Football Focus. And the odds makers out west in Las Vegas have set the win total for the New York Giants at 6.5 wins. So no major media outlet outside of us think the Giants are going to win a lot of games. And I am not sure how the New York Giants are going to be able to employ Daniel Jones in 2025 if he wins less than 7 games. If the Giants are 7-10 at the end of the season, you got to move on. If you're 6-11, you got to move on. If you can't win 8 games this year, you need a new quarterback. And it's not going to be easy because the schedule is damn tough. It's going to be easy week 1, hopefully, playing against Sam Darnold. Hopefully, you can start week 2 with Jane Daniels coming to town. Then you got a tough game against Deshaun Watson and the Browns. Then you're on primetime football against the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. Then you got to go across the country to play Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks, who have beat you twice in the last 2 seasons. Then you got Sunday Night Football against Joe Burrow. Then a tough game against the Eagles. Then the Steelers on Monday Night Football. Then another easy game, hopefully, against the Washington Commanders. Then hopefully another easy game against the Panthers overseas. Probably not even the right way to say that. In Germany. Then you got a bye week. Then maybe you get to play a team in the Bucs that's not an elite team. You got another tough game against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Then you got the Saints, the Ravens, the Falcons, the Colts, and the Eagles. All 5 of these teams listed are projected to be better than Giants. It's not going to be easy. Giants have a tough schedule, top 10 hardest schedule in the league, and one of the bottom rosters in this league. Not only does Daniel Jones need to win some games, I need to see him be able to compete in the division. How about you go beat the Eagles one time? How about you go beat the Cowboys one time? How about you beat the Commanders 2 times? You got to win some games, but you also have to show that you could beat some teams in your division. Because if you can't win games in your division, you're never going to be a good football team. I got a couple more reasons for why things Daniel Jones needs to do to avoid being cut and keep his job, but you need to go get hooked up with our proud sponsor, Game Time, the best ticketing app in the game. And when you use the promo code ChatSports, you get $20 off your first purchase, where terms do apply. Last-minute tickets and flash deals, views from the seat, meaning when you're debating on, do I want to buy this seat, do I want to buy this seat, Game Time will show you a view of the field, stage, court, whatever it is, from the spot of where your seat is. You want to go to a Yankees game this summer? You want to go to a Mets game this summer? You could do it with Game Time. I was able to go to the Home Run Derby because of Game Time. I've always wanted to go, and it was a hell of a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. It was a good time, and I got to save $20 off my first purchase by using the promo code ChatSports. Best seat for the lowest prices guaranteed. Giants preseason is right around the corner. What does that say? August 8th, July 24th. We're almost at the preseason. And you can go and get $20 off with promo code ChatSports. Create an account. Use the promo code ChatSports, ChatSports. Get $20 off your first purchase, where terms do apply, and get hooked up and go watch a game. Go to a concert. Go to a theater event. Enjoy your summer and do it with Game Time, the best ticketing app in the game. One thing that I want to see Daniel Jones do, obviously want to see him stay healthy. I want to see him win games. Elevate your team. Like, cover up some of the blemishes of this roster. That's what good quarterbacks do. Great quarterbacks make their teammates look good. Is it fair to compare Daniel Jones to Patrick Mahomes? No, but I'm going to do it. Patrick Mahomes just won a Super Bowl with Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Mecole Hardman as his top two receivers. I know he has Travis Kelce as a tight end, but I'm strictly talking receivers. $40 million quarterbacks are supposed to raise the floor and the ceiling of their football teams. One time I want to watch a game and say, yo, Daniel Jones just won the Giants that game they were not supposed to win. Daniel Jones is making Wan'Dale Robinson look like a stud. Daniel Jones and the connection he has with Daniel Bellinger is awesome. Elevate your teammates. Elevate the talent. Elevate the results. Make your team better. Don't hold them back. Something I'm looking at for Daniel Jones to do this team. Another thing, like, this is pretty obvious. Produce. Like, go be good. Like, go win your job. Prove to John Mara. Prove to Joe Schoen. Prove to Brian Dable. You should play so well, and you should want to play so well, that you look at them and say, ha, you wanted to trade up for Jaden Daniels. Ha, you wanted Drake May. John Mara, you signed off on the Giants trading up for a quarterback. Prove them wrong. Make them believe that you are the guy. The Giants offense, it needs to take major steps. That's how he needs to produce. I don't necessarily care about the touchdown number. I don't necessarily care about the yards number. I care about winning games, and the way you win games is by scoring more points than the other team. And I'm supposed to say points per game under Daniel Jones. Look at that. Shout out to producer Jack on the fly. Giants offense hasn't done a whole lot of scoring with Daniel Jones under center. They scored the 30th most points per game in 2023. Middle of the pack in 2022. Good season. I'll take that. Shit, if we score the 15th most points this year, I will be so damn happy. I'll cry tears of joy. But I'm seeing too many 30s. And I'm seeing too many 31sts. I know he's hurt and he's missed time, and it's not only him that's revolving to that. But 4 out of 5 seasons, the Giants' offense ranked bottom 2 in points per game. Stay healthy. Win games. Elevate your team. Produce. But most importantly, this was what needs to happen. If I am the GM, this is how I decide if Daniel Jones is my quarterback next year. Did I see enough in the 2024 season where Daniel Jones has proved to me he can be a Super Bowl winning quarterback? If I am going to sign up to pay Daniel Jones $41.6 million in 2025 and pass up on the opportunity to save $20 million, I need to know with 0 ounce of doubt that he can win a Super Bowl. If I do not have the stone cold belief that when the 2024-2025 season wraps up, that Daniel Jones can win a Super Bowl or cannot win a Super Bowl, that will decide if he is on my football team. If he can, let's do it. Let's go ride. Let's go to war. If I don't think you can win a Super Bowl, I'm not paying you $41.6 million, and the search for a new Giants quarterback needs to begin. My question to you before we bounce out of here, is this Daniel Jones' last season with the New York Giants? I think there's an honest argument for both sides. Let me know your thoughts. We could talk about it more on social media as well. Hit me up over there at @MarshallGreen_ on Twitter and Instagram. Hit me up. Let's go Giants.